What's up, y'all? Y'all caught me vibing. All right. It's Juva 3 Alexander, and you already know what time it is. It's time for the Purpose Conversation. Y'all, I'm kind of hyped up. It's Women's History Month. Hey, I am woman. I am sexy. I'm divine. I am beatable. I am creative. You can get in line. And I am not a singer. Y'all caught me vibing. Come on in, come on in, come on in to the Purpose Conversation Room. Be prepared to have a good time and to hear some good things. So go ahead and come on into the room. Like, share, comment, and if you are catching me on repeat, welcome and thank you. So let's see what we got going on, y'all. I hope everybody has had an absolutely amazing week. It is March. It is Women's History Month. And of course, I am all things woman. I am all things creative. I'm all things beautiful and smart. I am woman. Oh, shout out to all women this month as we embrace all of Women's History Month. And guess what, guys? Here on the Purpose Conversation, we're going to do exactly that. And right now, I'm going to just go ahead and share the show. Hey, Facebook, I have no rights to this song. It is I Am Woman by Emmy Mill. Hey, y'all go ahead and come on in and make sure that you share and like this page. And if you haven't subscribed to the Purpose Conversation Facebook page or the Purpose Conversation at YouTube, that you do just that. Because tonight, well, actually all March long, we are going to have some extraordinary women on in the Purpose Conversations Extraordinary Women's edition of the Purpose Conversation. I like to call this the Mind, Body, and Soul edition because that's exactly what it is. The guests that I have scheduled all month long, they represent all things woman, first of all, and they represent something about the mind, the body, the soul in some sort of way. And you know how I always say, it's one thing to talk purpose, and we're always going to talk purpose. But y'all know, I like to make sure that you see and you get to see firsthand what purpose looks like. So that's what we're doing all month long. And tonight is no exception. I have an absolutely phenomenal guest that is coming up. And you've probably seen a couple of the promos. And you're like, yo, Juva, who is this? Who is this Doc Honeycutt? Who is this? And she is a local Charlotte doctor, and I'll tell you all about her. But she is simply just simply amazing. And I can't wait for you all to meet her. And in just a few, we'll bring her on and we'll talk to her and we'll just chat it up. But anyway, how's everything going for you guys? If you are on live right now, if you're checking it out, could you give me a little bit of a thumbs up, or maybe put something, a comment or two, so that I can make sure that I'm seeing you guys and that you guys are present. And so if you could do that, that would be absolutely awesome. But anyway, I do hope that you guys have been having a really great week. Give me 1 second here. And I'm just sending over a quick note to my guest. She is in the back room and I'm trying to go ahead and key her up. So y'all just bear with me just a moment. Anyway, I hope you guys have had a really good week. And I hope you're planning to have a even greater week. I tell you what, Sunday could not have come around fast enough. It has been a very busy week, but it's been a productive week. And so for that, I am very grateful. Yesterday, I had the opportunity to do a little bit of painting. And I know ever since the pot and paint episode a few weeks back with the legendary Bogart, artist extraordinaire, I have had the opportunity to kind of sit in and do another, like a sip and paint. It isn't one that I hosted, but my sister actually had one. My sister had one at her church, and it was absolutely beautiful yesterday. And it was such a pretty day to be able to kind of get out and just kind of do stuff like that. But it was really cute. And so I put the picture that I painted up on my social media, and it looked like it was I put up the painting on my social media, and everybody was like, oh my gosh, that's like so much better. So it's so much better. And but anyway, y'all give me just a second. It looks like my guest maybe, let me see if she is having a time to, give me 1 second, guys. Y'all bear with me 1 second. All right. Okay. I was trying to get my guest here and send a couple of messages. So I appreciate your patience, because I'm telling you now, there must be something in the air because of some of the things that I want to be able to kind of express all month long. And um, anytime we talk about purpose, it's, to me, it seems as if, you'll often, at least what I found about purpose, whenever you're pursuing it, whether you are trying to pursue purpose as, in vocation or the situation that you're in or what have you, whenever you are in the midst of purpose, um, it seems like it'll often be challenged. And um and when it's challenged, it's like, I don't know. It's kind of like, just like whenever you're pursuing the things that God has assigned for you to do, immediately you'll have the enemy that tries to come in to steal that shine, that will try to come in and steal whatever it is that you're designed to do. And I often think about, down to like when I wrote my very first book. When I was writing that book, and I had finally said yes, and I had finally written it out, I had finally typed it out, and all of this other stuff, then all of a sudden it's like, boom, it seemed like everything under the sun was trying to prevent it from just kind of happening. And so sometimes that's what happens when we are truly pursuing the things that we need to pursue and those things that we are called to do, then we'll experience those things. But you know what? Like I said, I have an absolutely phenomenal uh, guests, extraordinary women this month, all month long, and I'm so excited. Like I said, my guest tonight And I know you've seen some of the promos, and you're probably like, who is this woman? You've seen the pictures, you've seen her like on a bike, and you're like, okay, I know that she's a doctor. What the heck? But her name is Doc Honeycutt, and she is a local Charlotte doctor, and since 2006. And but she's more than just a doctor. Oh my gosh, y'all know, like I said, I'm all about purpose, and I'm all about what it is that we're supposed to be doing. So she is so much more than just a vocation. Doc is so inspiring, and if she wasn't inspiring to me, she wouldn't have even made this particular series, because all the women that I have lined up this month in honor of Women's History Month, because like I said, I am all things women, all things women. Um, she just embodies it. She is, like I said, she's a local doctor, but she's also a mental health advocate. She is an entertainer. She is an entrepreneur. Doc is simply amazing. And when I say that she's a producer, and she's an award winner, and I've been privileged to have the opportunity to have her to come on and just talk purpose with us, and with all of my purpose friends, you guys. And you know what, I didn't even tell you guys, welcome, 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 welcome to the Purpose Conversation. Thank you for bearing with me through some technical issues, because hey, sometimes that's just what happens. But again, Doc Honeycutt, she's absolutely amazing, she's extraordinary. She is an author. I call her the red carpet hose queen extraordinaire. And I simply look at Doc and I think, what does this brains and beauty not do? And you guys, you know how we do. Let's give a round of applause and a drum roll, please, as we bring to the Purpose Conversation stage none other. I didn't do the drum roll. Drum roll, please. As we bring to the stage none other than Doc Honeycutt. And that was definitely the wrong song. Doc will be with us in 3, 2, 1. What's up, Doc Honeycutt?
Hey, Queen. How are you doing?
Hey, Queen. Oh my gosh. You know what, Doc?
What?
I don't think I've had a show that had so few little glitches there. I know that we are right where we're supposed to be.
And you absolutely right. We are where we're supposed to be at the right time, at the right place, and we're gonna kill this interview.
Yes, we are. Welcome and thank you. As I always like to say, thank you for your yes, because I truly appreciate that. You could be spending Sunday evening doing anything, um, but you decided to sit down and carve out some time with me, and I'm grateful for that. And so I want to say thank you, and say hey, girl, to my purpose friends.
Hey, purpose friends. Yes, I am so honored to be able to hang out with you all today. Like, I had to kind of sit down and talk to you, girl. I had to.
Yes, I appreciate you. I appreciate you. Thank you so very much. It feels like there's so much I want to cover, but Doc, I just want to tell you that one of the things that I decided to do, especially for the month of March, I had to showcase some of my bad ass girlfriends
Yeah, I
that
made the
are out
cut.
here just doing
I
the
made the
thing.
cut. I made the cut. I'm so
Yes, you
honored.
did. Of course, because you are a cut above the word, above the rest. And I just really appreciate you, and I respect you, and you are so inspiring. So you know what? I read just a short, teeny bit of your introduction. For many of us in Charlotte, we know who you are. And, of course, throughout your television shows, many abroad, they know you too. But for
Mhm.
the purpose of maybe some of my purpose friends around the globe who may not know exactly who Doc Honeycutt is, in your own words, please tell us, Queen Doc Honeycutt, who is Doc Honeycutt?
Whew. Like you said, I am a local doctor right here in our city. I've been practicing since 2006, but I've always kind of been on the medical side, taking care of patients. But my undergrad is in nutrition, and I just wanted more and more. So I decided to go get my doctorate, and I got my doctorate in general wellness. So I treat patients. I treat bodies as a whole, and
Okay.
you talked about mind, body, and spirit, and
Hmm.
I deal with all of that. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm an all-in-one because instead of treating that body or those diseases, I take care of that whole body because everything worked together for the good.
Absolutely.
Yes, and I'm an author. I have 7 books written as
Wow.
well. I'm the CEO and the creator of Beauties and Bikers reality TV series. Uh, I shot a 2-minute trailer in 2018,
Yes.
and we're here. We're in 15 TV networks on 15 TV networks all over the world. We're in 103 countries. We are on every device that you can name that has something to do with TV, even the Xbox and the PlayStations. So
Wow.
yeah, we're killing that. We're killing the TV game. So I'm just so super honored. Like everything that I'm doing, I'm just like it's just so surreal to me because these things start out as just visions, you know what I'm saying, and dreams, and you watch those visions and dreams manifest, and that is my purpose. You want to know what is my purpose. My purpose is because it's a reason why you're doing something. That's what purpose is.
Mm,
My reason is because I don't want to be on this earth and just be here and just it be in vain. Like I want to help people. I want to set examples for others. You know what I'm saying? Like
mhm,
with their mind, their bodies, and their spirits. I want to show them that we can do and we can be anything that we want to be. Giving up is not an option. We can't
mm.
stop. Had I stopped one time, like you say, I don't stop. If I had
No, you
stopped,
don't.
because you can. You might slow down, you might have a glitch, but if
Hmm.
the only way you're going to fail is if you stop. You will not
Mm,
fail if you don't stop. You just sometimes you have to back up and
hmm.
reset. You got to change that angle of whatever it is and keep on moving. And I guarantee you that whatever dreams, whatever goals that you're trying to reach, you're going to reach those goals because you're going to take it at another angle. And I'm sure it's going to work out a whole lot better.
That's right. That's right.
I'm a motivational speaker as well. Anything media, I'm doing it right now. I'm doing music. I'm like you said, I'm just doing so much, but I'm doing it with purpose. I'm doing it to help others.
I love it. And one of and so thank you of sharing who Doc Honeycutt is. And of course, my next question was going to be what does purpose look like to you? But you've kind of summed it up just beautifully. And it's like even in as a doctor, of course, we know, the purpose of kind of taking care of the whole everything, the mind, the body, the spirit, everything. But just to kind of have you to just kind of break it down, it's just beautiful because it not only in your profession as as a physician, but just in what it is that you're doing through your television shows and uh, all things media. You know what? Uh, may I share just two things that I respect and I truly appreciate about you, Doc?
Yes, of course.
The first thing is your passion to truly address what's on your heart. It might be because I'm a lover of words. Everybody that knows me knows I'm always talking about how powerful our words are. But I can really appreciate someone who utilizes their voice. And I knew you were a motivational speaker before you even said that you were a motivational speaker. Now, this particular thing, I believe it was last February during Black History Month. I remember seeing you. This was after I had met you, but I remember seeing you on the local news. Spectrum Cable had like a series where they were talking about, I don't know, Black movers and shakers, but even though they didn't necessarily title it that,
Mm-hmm.
but during that time, you shared your story as a local doctor, and they were kind of highlighting you. And of course, you talked about what was important to you. Now, although Spectrum did a great job, but I know they edited some things that you truly wanted to share. And so I want to thank you, first of all, Queen, for having a heart to say what you felt and expressing yourself. Do you remember that? You remember that interview, right,
Oh yeah,
Doc?
I remember that interview real
Okay.
good.
Was there anything important to you that didn't make the edit?
They asked me about did I feel like somebody had showed prejudice against me.
Mm,
And I told them two particular times. One time, a guy got hit on a bike, and he didn't want me to touch him when I pulled
oh,
up on the scene as emergency medical.
yeah.
And he was like, "Don't let her touch me. I don't want her to touch me." So that was one particular time, which that was okay. I just walked away from the situation. And the
Mm,
second time was we were in one of the surrounding cities of Charlotte.
mm-hmm.
It was myself, and I don't know if you know the slingshots. Do you know the sling? They're like the fancy cars, like Batman cars that people are
Yes.
driving now. So
Yeah.
I had about 10 of them to come to my niece's house to escort my nephew to the prom
Oh,
because
I
his
love it.
dad wasn't in his life. So I asked I just thought a couple of them were going to come up. I was like, my nephew has been really great. He's getting ready to graduate school. He's going to prom. Would you guys just come and show him some love, give him some dap before
Yes.
he go to the prom? Well, not
Yeah.
only did like all of them pull up, like the whole street was lined up with the slingshotters and the drivers, but they took him all the way to his prom
What?
and pulled up. Yeah, we pulled up deep in those bad cars now.
Yes.
Yes, we shut it down. But we
Honey, I
wasn't
bet they were talking about his prom for a minute.
exactly, but nobody was doing anything wrong. So
Right?
the officers immediately got on duty. Like
Oh, girl.
they're bullies. I think a lot of police officers can be bullies, and that's my opinion. And I'm speaking my truth, and I got the right to say what I say, and I said,
You absolutely do.
okay. So I feel like they're bullies and they intimidate people. And that's how a lot of things go south. Well, anyway, we was
Mm-hmm.
getting ready to drop him off. We were going to walk him up to the where they had the event center where they were having a prom. So
Mm-hmm.
they immediately, just like I said, got on guard. Y'all got to get back in the cars and go. Okay, so we get back in the cars, and everybody just kind of stopped down. We left, and they pulled over like in a school parking lot because they were going to try to figure out where they wanted to go next. Their next,
Mm-hmm.
where we're going to ride to next, since we've done a good deed and everybody's happy. What are we going to do next? They followed us to the school parking lot,
What?
and they made us leave that city. Yes, they did. And we weren't doing anything. Like, y'all got to go and y'all got to leave now.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. But the news wouldn't tell that part. I guess they didn't want to get in trouble on their end. You know what I'm saying? But that was one of the things that I definitely said, and they edited it out. They did.
Yeah, I could tell. I knew it had to be more. And then we're talking Black history during that time, and we're, how, yeah. But I kind of know how it kind of goes. Well, you know what? I'm glad that you've had the opportunity to fully express that and to share it here on the Purpose Conversation, because first of all, a lot of us can relate.
Right.
It is no big secret uh, that sometimes the skin that we're in, unfortunately, it causes us to look at certain groups and organizations and bullies a certain kind of way. And,
Absolutely.
people can have their opinion. You have the right to yours. I have the right to mine. They have the right to theirs. But you know
Absolutely.
what? At the end of the day, we all know it truly is what it is. And some things you just can't deny. We can sugarcoat it, right?
Right.
And we have for years for
Yes,
whatever
we have.
reason.
Yes, we
Yeah,
have.
yeah, we have. But that's one thing that I truly appreciate about you is that you being able to give your voice and 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 in a beautiful way, because I mean it's like just telling the truth and
Hmm.
telling your story, because I believe in kind of telling our story and shedding some light.
Absolutely.
And
Yes.
so thank you for going there with me with that, Doc. I really appreciate that. um the second thing that I absolutely love about you is your multiple purposes and your artistic just mind. You are an entertainer, and you love showcasing other people just like I do.
Yes.
Yes. And I had the honor of being a guest on one of your television shows, Bikers and Beauties, and we're going to definitely talk about it. And I'll share a clip of the show and just kind of tag it in the show notes here later on. But there was one question that you asked me, and one of your passions that you have is mental health awareness. And I
Right.
remember you asked me, what role did I play in mental health? So today I am asking the same of you, Doc Honeycutt. What role do you play in mental health?
Now, are you sure you want to get on this subject right now? Because once we talk about it, it's going to be hard to get off of it. We're going to, you know what I'm saying? Because, like you said, nobody wants to talk about it. Nobody wants to start the conversation. But once
Right.
they start the conversation, it's like it goes on and on and on. But
I
I'm
know.
glad you did because, that is that's my passion. Let's talk about it. Let's get it out. Okay. Mental illness is real, but
Yes.
nobody wants to talk about it because of the stigma that has been attached to it for so long, like way back, way back, way back, way back. And I always say now, since I've been dealing with this monster, that a lot of the things that we were taught coming up, our childhood, like it has taunted our mentalities. We're gonna have to we're gonna have to change a lot of our thinking patterns of what like our grandmothers and like the older people instilled in us, because a lot of those things is not the way it should be.
Yes.
We were taught that mental illness is it's just something that you need to pray about, or you didn't talk about it at all.
Mm-hmm.
um God will heal you. You just a little touched in the head. They touched in the head.
Mm-hmm.
Or, like I said, some people wouldn't even talk about it at all because they feel like you don't understand what they're going through. And a lot of people do not understand what people that have mental health challenges are going through.
Mm-hmm.
But I had to do a lot of research. I had to do a lot of talking to people. I had to do a lot of studying about this drastic monster, this disease,
Yes.
to be able to connect. And what made me really, really um, take a big interest, because when I became a doctor, I thought that my specialty was gonna be like diabetes. I thought I was gonna that was gonna be the main thing that I was gonna focus on, helping people to control um, being a diabetic, because my dad, he had diabetes in the early 80s,
Mm-hmm.
and they didn't know a lot about this, the disease then. But
Yeah.
then, you know, life kind of just takes you in a totally different direction. And my family members, I've had several of them that has been attacked with mental illness and mental health challenges. So I needed to know about this thing so I could walk this with them. You know what I'm
Yes.
saying? Because if you don't know about it, you can't help people, because you're gonna think like everybody else, or like we were taught that it's just something that it's gonna get better. It's just
Mm-hmm.
something or we're not gonna talk about it at all. We're gonna just sweep it up under the rug. And y'all, I do get a little excited about this thing because this is my passion. So sometimes my brain start working a little bit faster,
Yes, I get
then
it.
it comes out. So just bear with me with this thing. But we got to get this out. We got to get this thing out about mental health. And I wrote books about it too as well. And when I wrote these books because I wanted people to understand. So I wrote them so people could understand. I broke it down, to like simple forms, telling people like the main mental health diagnosis that people have, because it's books of them. Like, it's a lot of mental health diseases that people they've never even heard about, and the
Mm,
characteristics. So I just kind of focused on like the main ones that people have from pretty regularly, and what the characteristics are. The characteristics are so close that if you're trying to diagnose yourself,
yeah.
you could easily think you got one thing. Like, you could think you got bipolar and you're actually schizophrenic.
Yeah. Oh,
So
wow.
yeah, with that being
Wow.
said too, you definitely, if we are having these mental health issues, you definitely want to see a mental health specialist. I'm not a
Yes.
mental health specialist. I'm a mental health advocate. I'm a
Yes, you
voice
are.
for people that don't want, that are afraid or don't know what questions to ask.
Mm,
But it starts with me as a practitioner, because I have a lot of patients that sometimes this the body is taunted from
yes.
from the mental. So we get the
Mm,
mental. Once we attack that mental, we can
mm,
get that body in line. So sometimes it starts with your general practitioner, but make sure they refer you out to somebody that can help you, that specializes in mental health. And a lot of times people don't need medicine.
mm-hmm.
A lot of times we can just change our diets and start exercising. Like, there's so many different things that we can do, but there is help. There's help and there is hope now. Sometimes people just need to talk to somebody
Yes.
and
Wow.
and have somebody not talk, but have somebody to actually listen to them instead of talking back over them. You know what I'm saying? They just need somebody to
Mhm.
hear them out. So sometimes some people that have mental health challenges just need a counselor to start out with. So that's where we would start. And if that counselor felt like that they needed, a little bit more, we will make sure they got all the resources that they need to be successful in life as a whole. Because, like once I said, if you don't have that mental health,
Right.
you can't challenge all those other challenges, you can't beat. But if we keep our mental health, if we keep ourselves sane, that next day will look better. That
Mm-hmm.
next day will look better. That
Mm-hmm.
next day will look better. Like, a
Oh.
person that's in a dark place,
Mm-hmm.
they can't see that next day. They can't see that light coming the next day. Somebody like me, I have a bad day. I'll be like, okay, I had a bad day.
Mm-hmm.
We're gonna reset. I know Monday is going to be a whole lot better because I'm going to do something different to make sure. But a
Yes.
person that's in that dark place, they might not have what I have. You know what I'm saying? They might
Yes.
not have that get up to know that we're going to fight this thing out. So
Mm-hmm.
that's why, y'all, we got to check on our people.
Yes.
I got to check on you. I got to make sure you're good. You got to make sure I'm good, because people are sitting right beside you. They might not, they might be having a mental health breakdown and you may not even know it. But people show signs.
Yes.
Sometimes, our conversation, and let me know if I need to stop because you want
No,
to move
you're
to
good.
something
You're
else.
good.
Our conversations change. Sometimes we'll just stay in our rooms or not want to be around, people. Sometimes people stop eating. It's just a lot of different signs, and people show, different signs of that they're having mental health challenges. And sometimes people won't even let you see those signs because, like I said, they're hiding in their rooms because they don't think that you're going to understand, or they're going to be too embarrassed to let you know that they feel something is going on mentally.
Right. Well, I definitely. Whew, oh gosh, this is such an important conversation just to have and to be real transparent about it, because we have so many people that are suffering kind of in silence, or either they are doing themselves off and doing harm to themselves and ultimately to their loved ones and people that care about them. Um, so I don't think that we can not talk about it enough.
Right.
Um, it's funny because this week my son, my oldest son, he wrote a column for his college newspaper, and he was talking about the singer actress Selena Gomez, and he was talking about how, you know, saying that she was like the most popular person on Instagram right now,
Mm-hmm.
and how it's like Selena's not even on Instagram,
Mm,
and how she has been trying to take care of herself because she has bipolarism, and how she has been protecting her peace. So she's having to kind of like, not necessarily, but she can't get out of the limelight, but not allowing things such as social media and them saying, oh, she's gained weight. Yeah, well, if you're taking some of the medications that she's taken, then it may cause that. But
mm-hmm.
how she, on purpose, and her team, they kind of protect her peace in certain ways, and that she's doing what she needs to do to get healthy. But a lot of people may not necessarily understand that or appreciate that about anything about that, because we're not necessarily talking about it. But we have to have the conversation. We have to have the conversation. And I'm so thankful to have real advocates out here. um what do you do? Because what I've noticed, and I've seen this happen firsthand. I had a loved one to call me that was in the middle of a crisis. In the middle of a crisis.
Mm-hmm.
Um, Outside drugs and stuff made it even more intense, right? And his home all of a sudden is surrounded by SWAT teams because they think that he's going to do something. But and I was on the phone with him for hours. They thought that he had a hostage situation going on, and it was really, really sad listening, and even having an officer to break in on the line to realize that they didn't have anybody on hand that
Mm-hmm.
could understand that this man was in the right smack in the middle of a
A
crisis.
crisis. And that's one of the things that I think that that's a challenge for like the police officers and stuff, because when somebody is having a crisis, that's the first person the people that they call is the police. But they need to have more knowledge to know that they can't help them,
Right.
because you know what I'm saying, they don't have, unless they have the training, they need to have more police officers that have, or they should, I think they should make sure that they have certifications. That should be one of the requirements,
I
to
agree.
have certifications, for mental health, to know how to handle these crises, because these people don't deserve to be killed because
Right.
they're having a mental health crisis. Jail is definitely not going to help them.
Oh, girl. Right.
And
Right.
just like with somebody going to prison, they put them in prison, they have mental health issues. Just throwing them in prison is not going to help them. They need to be rehabbed. That their minds got to be, worked with, and like I said, they have to go through all kind of rehabs to get their minds right, so they come out a different person. Because if you put them behind bars and don't give them no help, they're going to come
Hmm.
out, or they, when they come out, they're going to be worse than when they went in. But because now
Right.
they're going to have like PTSDs from
Oh,
being, what I'm saying, from being
yes.
in prison and everything. So I think that they should have more training to be able to handle people where they are, so we can stop losing so many people um, that's having mental health crisis. with people just calling. Because I came across one the other day, 2 days ago. This
Wow.
guy, I work out in the South Park area, and I saw him when I was getting in my car, and I had heard about him, but I didn't really know. I hadn't seen him before two
Mm-hmm.
days ago, and I just went ahead and got in the car, and he came up to my window, and I was on the phone, probably trying to save somebody's life, until I got to where I was going. And I
Right.
just kept talking and talking and talking, and he started tapping on my window.
Oh,
And
wow.
I'm like, what? Like, dude, don't be tapping on my window. You know what I'm saying? Like, you don't know what kind of, frame of mind I'm in right now. I could
Right.
be having some challenges.
Right. Right.
So what I did is the only thing, I didn't let my window down because I didn't know what state he was in.
Right.
And I just crunk up my car and started backing back. And he moved away and started walking on by. But I saw him, coming up to other people as well. And I don't know if he was wanting money or what. Like I say, I never stick around to see,
Right.
because I just don't want to be put in any bad situations.
Correct.
So after I told somebody else, they was like, "Oh, that's it, such and such and such," and he's been harassing people in the area, and they can't do anything about it for whatever reason. I don't know why, but they know that this guy needs mental health.
Yes.
Now, if he hurt somebody, because there's a
Mm.
lot of people been, talking about, reporting him. Like the police has been called several times, but it's like nothing ever happens. Like why? Why
Right.
not? Why does nothing happen? His mental status is not normal,
Right. And
so
we know it, right?
they can
Yeah.
definitely should be able to have something drawn up where they could just automatically get him somewhere and get him some help.
Wow.
So I just think a lot of things are just kind of done, like I don't know, like diff, not right to me with the judicial system, and like many different systems, because it's like they'll look over that, but then something that you would think that, oh, they can let go, they won't
Mm-hmm.
let, they'll blow that up. Like I don't
Oh, yes.
understand.
Wow. Wow. Well, like I said, one of the things that I really appreciate is that you are not shy about talking about mental health awareness truly, even on your platforms. And that's I appreciate a good advocate,
And
really and truly.
you have to you have to be able to do something about it, realistically, when you come into your own home and you feel the spirit of suicide, and
Yes,
you look
girl.
around to make sure, you start counting. The first thing you'll start doing is counting your children, and
Yes.
you don't see nobody,
Mm,
and one of your one of your loved ones stumble out of a room after taking 2 bottles of pills.
yes. Yeah.
It's time to be an advocate. Like it's
Yes.
time to step up and be able to help somebody else, because I wouldn't wish that on nobody else's mom or dad or sister or brother, because it's a scary feeling. I'm in the medical field, so I just automatically started saving my loved one.
Right.
But how many people that are not? You know what I'm saying? How many
Right.
people don't have the experience that I have, and it go a totally different way.
Right. And it whoo, girl, believe me, I totally whoo, I totally overstand in that regards, in that regards. And so please keep having the conversations and utilizing every platform available. And but I had to ask you the same question that you had asked me, was what role did I play? And I appreciate you going down that lane here with us. Thank you so much for that. And speaking of your platforms, I see your banner back there. Doc Honeycutt Entertainments, Beauties, and Bikers.
Yes.
All right. Tell us about this particular platform, your business, your baby, your part of your heartbeat. I said that I told y'all that she was an award winner. So we want to hear all the deeds.
Whew. Okay. So, like you said, me and my many my many hats, so I ride motorcycles. I've been riding motorcycles since 1998. Very long
Wow.
time. So, my sister and I, we started riding, there was not a lot of women riding here, at least.
Uh-huh.
So, I just decided that I wanted to turn it into a show because I started off with a documentary called Rude Gal Rider.
Okay.
And it was about why ladies decided that they wanted to ride. Like,
Uh-huh.
why did these ladies, everybody had a different story. I went around and I probably got about 10 ladies, and some people just, it was for empowerment. Some ladies wanted to ride, because they had like a sickness, just many different good stories. But
Mhm.
it just didn't seem like the people got real excited about a documentary. They like stuff.
Yeah,
They like
they want to hear
exciting.
some stuff, right?
They want some stuff. So I was like, okay, they ain't getting too excited, but I finished the project. So I do have the Rude Gal Rider documentary. But I was like, I'm gonna do a reality show.
Uh-huh.
So, I'm trying to put this thing together. Like, okay, I need my girls, I need my cast. So I had about 10 ladies in the beginning that cast for Beauties and Bikers.
Okay.
So we shot a 2-minute trailer. And once we shot that trailer went viral. Like, it went bananas. So when it went bananas, I got picked up by a network and I didn't have like one episode done.
Isn't that something? Wow.
Not one. So I was like, oh, I guess I better start shooting this show then. So I started shooting the Beauties and Bikers show, the reality show, season 1, which the first season of the first concept, I only shot one season of that show. And
Mhm.
then COVID started sitting in. So it just kind of
Yes.
changed the game. It changed my concept. Like, it changed like everything, my direction. The crew that I had, like everybody that I have now, I have nobody from that old cast. Like, yeah,
Really?
everybody is new. Everybody is new from when you was on my show.
Oh, wow. What?
Yes, everybody is new. So that means you gotta come back.
Yes, that means I got to come back.
Yes. So yeah, just shooting shows, making good content. You know how my show is ran. Like, we bring professionals on because I want to let people know part of my purpose. You can do and you can be anything you want to be.
Yes.
You got to live your truth. You know what I'm
Yes.
saying? But you can't stop. Like I said, if you got goals and you got dreams, you got to keep moving and working towards those goals and dreams. Don't stop, because I'm a living witness. I was a doctor. I was not a film producer. I didn't know nothing about shooting, no kind of TV, no nothing, no radio. I'm a radio personality as well.
Yes.
Like, God has, when I say opened so many doors and gave me so many opportunities and continuing, like, this thing is just, it's just growing more and more. Like, he's blessing me more and more. And any opportunity that God placed before me that makes sense,
Yes.
I'm going for it. Like, I'm going for it.
Yes.
Period.
You
Just
don't
like
stop, girl.
I'm never gonna stop. I don't never I might slow down. My bus might slow down, but it is not gonna stop. So I'm gonna tell you, if you want to get on my bus, you gotta learn how to run a little bit so you can catch up with us and just hop on. Just get on, because we're not gonna stop it. If we stop it, I don't even know what might happen. I'm not gonna never stop it. I'm gonna keep going.
I know.
So so here we are. Fast forward. The show is amazing. We won 4 awards. We're gonna go get one in DC on this weekend.
Oh,
Yeah, super dope, super excited.
congratulations.
Our show is on every platform there is, Spectrum, Uverse, uh, Roku, Fire Stick, Google Play, Chromecast, Apple TV, Android TV, Comcast, like you name it. If you don't have a TV, if you don't have a TV platform, you can go to your computers. You can look on your phone. We're on
Yes,
apps. We're on apps too. So there's no reason why nobody cannot watch our show. And our show delivers amazing content. We don't have trash. I'm sorry, but
that's
we got some
right.
good stuff. We got some good time, good
Yes,
content
we
on there.
do. Yes, we do. Well, congratulations on all of the accolades of the show. And you know what? Even the episode that I came on, it was just fun, Doc. It was
It
fun. And
is.
it actually, honestly, I mean, I know we didn't talk about riding motorcycles, but we did get a chance to tour motorcycles and things like that. I was like, ooh, I think I might want me a bike. And I think at the time you were building a bike. Are you still building a bike right now?
Yes. I'll always be building a bike as long as we got a show. And guess what though? Like we were in the one location, we've moved across the street to a big location. So you really got to come back now. Like
Yes,
we are in a huge location. So we're growing. Like, yeah,
I
we are
love it.
definitely growing. So you got to
I
come
love
back
it.
and join us and take another tour.
Okay. Well, I am all game. I am all down for it. You mentioned that you are an author. You're an author of 7 books. Before I ask you about the books itself, when I was on the show, you made mention that you were thinking about doing an adult coloring book. Did you, girl? I've been painting and stuff, and I know how to color. You got the adult coloring book yet?
So I had the adult coloring book then, but it's not the adult. It's not the adult XX. My adult coloring book, like if you wanted
Oh,
to
it's
color
an
with,
adult. It's an adult coloring book.
it's a clean adult. Like if you wanted to color with your child, you can color in my coloring book. Because when people hear adult coloring book, that they think about coloring book like a XX.
Oh, oh, girl.
A lot of people do. A lot of people, when you be like adult coloring book, they think
I
it's
was
really
gonna
for
say I
grown
never
folk.
heard of an adult.
And
XX
yeah, so,
one. Do
but that would be fun too for like
they
married
have
couples
those?
and stuff. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I would be open to that.
Oh, girl, that's a totally different concept. I want to know,
But
girl.
mine is just a regular. It's and I done the coloring book because I thought about mental health. You remember when we were children and we were coloring? What was the only thing that we would have to worry about while we were coloring?
Staying in the lines.
Staying in the lines.
Yes,
So when you color as an adult, it's going to take you back to your childhood. You're going to sit there, you're going to color those pages. It's going to take you away from your adult stuff, whatever you got going on, and you're going to just think about staying in them lines.
that's healing. That's
Staying in
healing.
them lines. So yes, I do have my adult coloring book.
Now I'm thinking adult. Like I don't have
Minus
the adult.
got an adult minus the x-axis.
Oh my gosh. Now that
But
would
look,
be
you
a
got me thinking about the adult coloring book now too. I'm gonna have to think about that thing.
yeah, I'm like, I don't think anybody's made one of those. Then again, they might have. I
They
don't know.
might. Yeah, I haven't even looked into it to be honest. But
Where can we find your publications?
you can find my publications on Lulu Publishing, lulu.com,
Okay.
and just look up. You should be able to go up in the search and put up Doc Honeycutt. Or if you want me to, I can send the link to you.
Yeah, and then I'll share it in the
It's
show
you know
notes.
what? It's on my bio, and you can send
Okay.
it, and hopefully you can post it on the interview or something. But
Yep.
yeah, that's what we're doing. I want to write something, a little exciting because all of my books is about health and wellness and stuff now. I have 3 that are mental health, 3 or 4,
Okay.
and they're
Okay.
around mental health. And then I have one about my journey, just trying to keep everything together for me, what I
Mm-hmm.
did. Yeah, I got some good stuff. I got a journal because I believe in journaling. Like,
Yes, me too. I
I
love
just feel like
journaling.
everybody should journal their lives. That way you can, just kind of keep a hold on what you got going on. You can put your goals down, and when you reach something, you can be like, girl, you did that, and you can check it off. You know what I'm saying? So it's good to journal. You can look back on
Okay.
yourself.
Well, I as the publication coach that's inside of me, I'm going to push you to that creative zone and say, go ahead and write that other story. You said you want to write something exciting. Mental health is always exciting, but I understand. I get you. And speaking of, I shared with you, and it's still in editing type of mode. Queendom Purpose. I told you that I wrote the book Queendom
Yes.
Purpose, in which one of my characters in one of the shorts in one of the shorts, it is Doc Honeycutt, and I'm having her as the red carpet host. And so maybe that'll just kind of push you to go ahead and do your creative thing and just think outside the box and just write creatively, because I do believe in journaling, and I do believe that you would do really, really well just kind of expressing yourself and maybe just allowing your creative mind, because my creative mind has been all over the place lately. I'm like, right at this point, I think I can write a good gangster story, to be honest.
Yeah, like that's what I want to write something, like out of my norm. Just kind, you know what I'm
Yes,
saying? Because like with me, and I know, we got to be wrapping it up. Like I take chances. I'm not gonna do anything that's gonna hurt my character or make me lose my license. But
yes,
I people have to understand that I am a doctor. I'm a business owner, but I have many different businesses. You know what I'm saying? Like
yes,
I'm doing many different things. Like, we get a stereotype. People think if you're a doctor, that's all you can be is just a doctor. No, I am a business woman. I got a whole umbrella of things that I do. And I always tell people that know that I'm a doctor, but they still support me, like, I really appreciate you understanding that, I got a whole nother life. I am a doctor. I know how, I don't mix them. I
yeah.
don't, what I'm saying? Like, I don't have, if you look on my social media, you don't see me asking for like my Facebook people to come see me in my office because
That's
I'm a
right.
private, for one thing, I'm a private concierge. Like I see NASCAR, I have different contracts with different people. So
Yes.
I really don't have to get out there and solicit for patients. But
Hmm.
yeah, but I just want people to understand that, yeah, I am a doctor, but I do a lot of different things. So, if you see me and I'm doing something, just know that it's not something that I know is gonna, mess up my character
That's
or
right.
make me lose my license, but it's who I am. And I appreciate people understanding because I'm living my truth, and that's just how it's gonna be. No.
And that's why you are an extraordinary woman. And that's one trait that I absolutely I love about you, Doc.
Thank you.
Because it's Women's History Month. What woman, past or present, inspires you?
I would, my mom really had she really inspired my life. Like I watched her. She taught me a lot of things. She was a very smart lady.
Hmm.
And yeah, I remember when I was young, she would take me around to like the Duke Power and the Piedmont Natural Gas or to the bank, and she taught me responsibilities that I need. She taught me how to pay bills. I want you to go in and I want you to pay this bill for me. You know what I'm saying? And
Right.
like just different things, like her wisdom. Like she would tell me and my sister things one time. We either took heed or
Yes,
we reap the consequences because she done been through this stuff that we're going through now. You know what I'm saying? She's trying to tell us stuff that so we won't get burned. But
that's
just,
right.
but she just her hard work, she's always been a hard worker. Their mentalities is different from ours because, they didn't believe in doing like the entrepreneurship like where we are now.
Hmm.
But
Hmm.
I mean, she's always supported me on everything that I want to do. I woke up one morning, like I literally, y'all, woke up one morning and said, Mama, I want to be a doctor. like literally. And she was like,
Yes,
go for it. I got your back. My mama,
girl,
my
support
mama
is
kept
everything.
my children. She kept my children like they were her own, so I could go to finish. So I could finish school to be a doctor.
I tell you.
Yeah,
Mm,
so I just thank God for her. She has had my back, and she inspired me, and she's just a good woman all the way around.
I love that. I love that. Well, no wonder you are an extraordinary woman. And Doc, it has been such an honor to have you on this evening. Any shout outs before we head before we end?
Shout out to you for having me on your platform. Thank you so much. Continue doing what you're doing. Continue to walk in your divine destiny. I'm super proud of you. You're
Thank
just an
you.
amazing person as well. Um, Hopefully, we can do a collaboration together like one
Yes, girl,
day.
let's do it.
Something amazing. Give a shout out to the Beauties and Bikers and my director John. They always have my back. Just like my mama, I go up to them like, y'all, this is what we doing. Like the show last night. This is what we doing. Okay, we got you. You know what I'm saying? Like, okay, like they
Love
really
it.
have my back. So shout out to them. Shout out to all the networks that we're on. Just amazing. But yeah, that's
All
it.
right.
Shout out to my sister Robin West, who I be on tour with. We be doing music together.
Yes. Yes. Shout out to Robin West. Love it. You are extraordinary. I appreciate you. I thank you so very much. And for those that are watching on replay, share, share, share. If you have any questions or anything like that, make sure that you come back in and fill out a comment or whatever. Doc and I will check back in, and I'll also put in all of the information as to how you can stay connected to Doc, how you can also order some of her books and get her up and coming next adult color book this week. But how
I
you can follow?
look. I kind of feel like I say marriages in some kind of way. You know what
Yes, yes, I love it. But
I'm saying?
Doc, this has been an absolute blast. You and I, of course, we will be in contact. I got to come and check out the new spot, the new location,
Please, yeah.
and just come and really kick back and vibe with you again. But thank you so much for coming on. My
Thank
purpose
you.
friends, thank you guys for always tuning in, always supporting. You know I love you. Be sure to check out next week because I'm going to be doing this the next couple of Sundays. The next extraordinary woman is from J More Fitness, and you don't want to miss her. All a part of the mind, body, and soul, the Purpose Conversation Extraordinary Woman series. But thank you so much, Doc. Thank you guys again. And as always, have an absolutely amazing week and continue to seek, discover, and to pursue your purpose on purpose. You've just watched the Purpose Conversation live podcast. Good night, everybody.
Good night, y'all.